his hands, built little worlds in the backyard. Then he drew up bigger plans. He watched the rain and the shoreline, learned how the wild wants room to breathe. Said if we build with Mother Nature, she'll bring the kind of life you need. Now the word got around from town to town, from a hobby to a call. One small dream got loud and it stood up proud till it reached the whole world, wall to wall. Pond guy, build it right, build it right. Pond's done right, customer serve right. Pond guy, everybody wants it now. They just don't know it yet till the water starts to sing out loud. From backyard stones to landmarks, from a sketch to a global name, certified crews in every direction, carrying the same old flame. They don't just dig and they don't just build, they shape a living scene with fish that flash and lilies that open like the world was meant to be. Now the word got around from town to town, from a hobby to a call. One small dream got loud and it stood up proud till it reached the whole world, wall to wall. Pond guy, build it right, build it right. Pond's done right, customer serve right. Pond guy, everybody wants it now. They just don't know it yet till the water starts to sing out loud. Out by the edge of the driveway, where the hard day turns to gold, you can hear a family laughing, you can feel the story hold. Yeah, he walked with Mother Nature and he made a better way. Now the tribe keeps on moving, turning someday into today. Pond guy, build it right, build it right. Pond's done right, customer serve right. Pond guy, everybody wants it now. They just don't know it yet till the water starts to sing out loud. Hey! Pond guy, live the aquascape life.
I've got to start off with an apology. And I should have known this would have happened because, of course, my fingerprints are all over the knife, as is often the case with entrepreneurs that are ready, fire, aim. But I told my graphic guy, hey, I'm going to the IWGS after Pondemonium, and I want you to make me some lily tattoos. I'm going to put it on my bicep and flex. So picture, I want me, and I want a picture that I can put on my bicep of a lily. And so he made these for me to go down because I'm trying to market and promote water lilies and water gardening to a bunch of horticulturalists that don't really know about marketing and promotion. And so he sends me he said, okay, I can get you some temporary tattoos, I could do this. And he sends me the first temporary tattoo, and I'm like, dude, no. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So, of course, he makes a picture of me, and, of course, someone has to play with it. I had no idea they were even giving those out. I thought those were being discarded. So anyway, we've got lily tattoos. If anybody wants a lily tattoo, it's helped me promote the water gardening industry down at the IWGS show. But for all you new timers, this is Pondemonium in a nutshell. Sorry, that's why I wanted to start with an apology. So, look at this frickin' room. How awesome is this? Here's where everybody is from. We have the #1 state is Pennsylvania. 36 people from Pennsylvania. Where's our Pennsylvania? Quakers. Okay. First time ever. How about Tennessee? A lot of hand for Tennessee. 31 people. And then my former home state, Illinois. 29. Here's the most incredible thing, though. Check this out. Look at where we are from internationally. 17 Aussies. Where are my Aussies? So impressive. 17 people from England. Where's my mates from England? And then if you're one of those 3 guys from another country, stand up right now. You are representing your entire countries at this show. Do not put tattoos on your ass. Okay. All together. That's cool. All right, cool. So pretty amazing. Biggest event in the world that you guys are all part of. And I definitely wanted to say thank you for being here. Now, if you are a first timer, could you please stand up? A first time attendee. 217 people. And total attendance this year, 632 people from all over the world. Pretty incredible. So I do want to say thank you. I know it is an extremely challenging thing to make it to the water garden capital of the world, St. Charles, Illinois, from all over the world. It's an honor. This is my favorite time of the every other year that I get a chance to address you guys. I'm very fired up about this morning's presentation. Definitely want to really send you guys out there to help you succeed, and I really think I can get everybody united behind a common cause. That's my goal with this, but I wanted to definitely let you know from a sincere thank you. It means a lot to me, seeing some old timers, 270 people, by the way, that's 34% of the people here are first timers. This is impressive. So you're at the right place, man. Don't even listen to what I say, just talk to your peers and you will be successful in this industry. So good job making the commitments that it takes to get up to an event like this. It's a sacrifice financially, it's a sacrifice from your business. Love the people that bring their teams. Very important to invest in your teams. Probably the #1 success of Aquascape is our team. And you will lose half the people you invest in, and you lose 100% of the people that you don't. So if you are a person that works for somebody, how about you stand up right now? If you're a person that didn't pay to be here, but you're employed by someone that's paying you to be here, you should say thank you to your bosses and for being here. How about a hand for all the people that are here dedicated? What is the #1 excuse of why people don't come to this event? They're working in their business instead of on their business. What's infinitely more valuable? To work on your business and create equity. In your business, you generate cash, which is extremely important. You got to pay the bills. But when you work on your business, you build equity. You create equity. So hopefully, in this hour and a half long presentation, to start it off with, and then followed by Dave with new products, which, by the way, we'll send out the new product information, then they have to stop and watch it, so how many people will actually do that? So the new products is going to be awesome, followed by Brian after lunch, and then Ed. This is going to be a very fun day, just a keynote day, so we're all in this room the whole day. No breakouts. Tomorrow's the breakouts with the Pond Talks at Aquaman. Really looking forward to them. But the #1 excuse, yes, is, first of all, there are legitimate excuses. Typically, I'm taking my kid to college. Okay, we understand. You can't always be at everything all the time. But Main excuse is I can't afford to get away from my business. I'm not sure if you know this, but there's a concurrent event going on here right now. It's called Aquatopia 2.0. It was organized by my social media team who reached out to, I reached out to some of my friends that are here. They're at the Brookfield Zoo today, right now. But my social media team reached out to different influencers that they thought would be good for Aquascape to influence with, including a goldfish vendor that I buy my goldfish from out in California. And I thought, and here was his response to the Aquatopia 2.0 invitation to collaborate and come and see what Pondemonium and Aqualand is all about. That's my goldfish. Quite interesting. Aren't they adorable? Ranku goldfish, perfect for the 180-gallon 60-inch bowl or even the 50-inch bowl. So I've been buying a bunch of them. I just got a shipment in this week at Aqualand. You'll be able to see them when you go there. They're in the stream and the new stream and the retail store. So anyway, never met this guy. Sean, our social media guy, invited him and he responded. Let's see what he said. He says, "Hey Greg, thank you so much for the invitation. I truly appreciate being considered. Unfortunately, my farm is currently run by only 3 people. It's about the average size of a contractor, by the way. And daily workload is very demanding. To be honest, I can't even be away for a single night. So traveling for several days just isn't possible for me right now. I also want to thank you for ordering fish from us, blah, blah, blah. I hope your event is a huge success." Is that a business or is that a job? You can't be away for a single night. My heart, I never met the guy, but my heart hurt when I read this. Of course, I said, of course, whatever. But here's my question to everybody in here. Do you want a job in here or do you want a business? This is a rhetorical question, of course, I would think for most business owners, but it's a challenge to get there. The biggest challenge, of course, is people. The biggest challenge is delegation. The biggest challenge is 1,000 things that prevent people from being able to have a business that can run and work without them, which is why yesterday's presentation, which was just our beginning of this is my new kick. My kick is to help people achieve what I've been able to achieve, which is a company that runs without them. I'd love to help this guy, but if you're not here, if you're not investing in yourself, what was the last 2 years' themes? Build a business that can operate without, or build a business. And of course, the goal is to have it operate without you. How many people were at this event 2 years ago? Show of hands, a lot of you. This is why we have a build, the theme now is to, the theme then was to build a business, and now the theme is obviously business is a team sport, okay? But this is why we have these themes, because we run them for 2 years. So I've got that event that we had, what happened at that event, and how many people again were here in that event? What happened right on this stage was the most significant, moving, emotional experience of my entire life. It was because of you guys. It wasn't because of me. It was because of what you guys did. Business is a team sport, right there. And if you weren't there, here's just a little recap of what actually happened to me that was so emotional.
We've got all kinds of faith backgrounds in here, and I want to respect all that. If you pray, I want to invite y'all to take just a few minutes. A couple of y'all, if y'all want to come up here and just lay hands on Greg and pray for Carla. Like you said, none of this matters if you're not right. And I'm not going to preach, but I do want to take just this moment. Let's take a few minutes of silence, pray where you're at, and then I'll wrap this up.
everybody that came up here and prayed, thank you. Thank you for that. That was the most emotional experience of my life. Thank you. 1 month after that happened, we went through chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant. And this right here is the #1 reason that I want to help you guys build a business that can operate without you. You think about being a tough guy and that you can handle life and you can do it. Well, what happens when it's someone that you love even more than yourself, that you have to be able to be there for? I was there for her because I told her she would apologize to me and say, I'm sorry for this. And I said, honey, I signed up for this on a beach 27 years ago. For better or for worse, in health. And that was a month after Pondemonium. This was a month ago in Switzerland. And today, that's my beautiful bride, and today she's in remission. Come on up.
Thank you guys so much. Seriously, this room is filled with people that have supported us so much, sending us cards and flowers and food and blankets and prayers and love and support. And we are so appreciative for all of that support. And there's people sitting in this room that came to Utah so Greg could travel, and were my caregivers. And, Ellen, Denise, Colleen, Lisa Ballantyne, Jennifer Peck, navigating my nightmare insurance claims, and just so much love and support. And of course, the last 3 years of my life have been quite a journey, and I am just so thankful. Frank Fink shows up at my door with flowers, and thank you.
The pond pirate.
Frank the Tank, who knew he had such a soft spot? But thank you, and to my amazing husband who, thank you for just being my rock. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for the love.
Yeah. That woman's incredible. That woman's intelligent. She was in Argentina with Colleen, our president, when I was up on stage getting stem cells. She didn't take no. When the Mayo Clinic, the doctor said there's no hope for you, I watched her, and I would not have wanted to have been that doctor. And the other side of that, because she let that doctor have it. And we went to Argentina, back and forth, Argentina. It was the worst year of our life. And you know what? Other people in here are going through that, or they're going to go through that, because everybody has issues like this in their family, true or false. And what you really want is a family to support you. I think life is a team sport. That picture of that significant emotional experience that happened to me hangs in my boardroom. I want that to be a constant reminder of what this whole tribe is all about. Life is a team sport, true or false? You need people. You guys are my people. I got my people. You want to be part of something, and that's what I want to talk about in this. And I know that I'm an acquired taste. But you're not doing business when you do business with Aquascape with me only. You're doing business with the team and the tribe that I've built. The people that I've surrounded myself with that make me so much better. So I've got a little bit of I kicked this off, and I got a little analogy for each one of us. But my kickoff speech is here. So if I was not the pond guy, I would be a football coach. My high school football coach was the most incredible man, brought me to Christ. Basically, he said jump, I would say how high. He kind of had a crew cut, and he was pretty intense. And I modeled my life after him. And he's a pretty good guy to model because he's one of the rare people that I've met in my entire life that talks the talk and walks the walk. So that's who I model my life after. So yes, I'm an acquired taste. I will be in your face and everything else. But on the other side of me, it's kind of the opposite of me. One of my dearest friends. A big frickin' geek. Little different than me. Yin and yang. Different is different, not better or worse. It takes a team. It takes a tribe. And so then, on the other side of him, who is it? Who is it? The Three Stooges come to mind. I would definitely be Mo, okay? But the three of us, and Dave, with the new products, are going to take you through a journey today that we've worked very hard, all of us in our own way, to prepare to basically get you on the same. We want to be all pulling in the same direction. We want to be singing the same tune, which I'm going to get in here. But I'm going to explain this. We're going to tell you exactly what we do, and just as importantly, the reasons why we do what we do. This is a good one. We're also going to tell you exactly why we don't do what everyone else in the entire industry, in our entire industry does. Aquascape is different than everybody else. I don't even really need to explain that. We're just different than everybody else because we have a whole different mindset. And most importantly, what we're going to do to articulate the benefits of being in this tribe, which, by the way, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job of articulating the benefits. If you're a new timer, you pretty much get the Aquascape culture just hanging out with these guys for a day. You'll do it. So that's what I'm going to take you through today. How does that sound? Was this good? You're investing your time. But I wanted to start off with something pretty important to me. And that is a picture of my favorite place outside of Utah, where I married my beautiful bride 28 years ago on a beach. Anybody know where that is? That's Hawaii. That's Maui. If my wife wasn't sick, we'd already have a house there. But she said, I just want to get better and enjoy Utah that we only moved to in 2021. I can deal with that. But what I really want is a tropical fish pond with tropical fish and angelfish and beautiful tropical lilies that bloom year round. So someday I'll have my dream and have a house in Hawaii that we can go back to and get away from. So my dream, I still have dreams, and that's one of them. But what I'm doing there, does anybody know what I'm doing on my phone with my left thumb and my right thumb? Memoir. I am writing my entire memoir. My bride said to me, well, if you're working by the pool or the beach or the patio, then I'll sit by you and we can do it. So for 10 straight days, 14 hours a day, I use my two thumbs. No problem. I could easily just continue to go. Now, if I was home, every 15 minutes I would get distracted. Right? But if I was there, this was the only thing. I deleted all my social media for those 2 weeks that I was there. Just wrote I wrote 80% of the memoir when I was there. And I'm going to explain why this ties into my keynote here right after you watch this little video. All right, ready?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear what Andrew said on construction when I showed him my memoir?
No, what's that?
He said, why did you write your memoir before you were retired? Come on! When I was only 5 years old, I discovered a bunch of goldfish dying in a drying up pond. With great enthusiasm, I rallied all my friends and their parents to rescue them and transport them to a bigger lake. When I was 8, I found an abandoned mallard's nest and successfully hatched 2 babies who immediately imprinted on my buddy and me. And that's how in the summer of 1978, we ended up being the coolest kids in town with our little brood following us everywhere we went. You could say I was born to be in nature, which is why at age 21 I started a business dedicated to building backyard ecosystem ponds that mimic Mother Nature. To celebrate our 35th anniversary of Aquascape, I wrote my life memoir, chronicling the challenging journey it took to build the world's largest water gardening business. I had one goal in mind when writing my life story, and that was to help other professionals who are on their own turbulent journey, and to help encourage those who love water gardening and the koi keeping hobby to embrace working with Mother Nature and not fight against her. Success is a journey, not a destination. My journey with Aquascape has been anything but a straight path. From the fractured partnership with my dad and former business partner, to the economic collapse of 2008, to watching my dream building collapse under the weight of a record snowfall, to what should have been the highlight of my career.
Check it out, it's a jungle out there.
The landing of our own reality TV show on Nat Geo Wild. That ended up, in the end, becoming one of my life's lowest points. I Love My Job is my pondering memoir that takes the reader or listener through my 56-year-long journey from childhood to present day. Order your copy today, and hopefully you too will be exclaiming with complete conviction, I love my job. Hey, what do you think? Blue or black? So at the end of this presentation, you can get a blue one or you can get a black one, because that's how Amazon does it, in the back. And tomorrow all day I'll be signing it. Anybody that would like my signature on this. But very important, because this will explain why Aquascape is the way Aquascape is, what we do, why we do it, the philosophies behind our products. Pretty important. Now, I read every night before I go to bed. Might be 5 minutes, like last night when I was exhausted, or it might be an hour, but I think I'm a little old school. I don't think a lot of people read. I think more people read, more people what? Listen. So if you pull out your phones right now, you could actually scan that and download the audiobook immediately. And you could start listening to it on your drive home or the airplane home or whatever. And we will have that QR code as well at the office. But I recorded the entire thing, hour after hour after hour, sitting in a guy's basement, going through it. It's hard to read and have the energy. I would only go about 2 hours, and then I would go back the next day for 2 hours, the next day for 2 hours, and then I had to fix up all the screw-ups. And you know what the number one screw-ups were? Farts. I actually didn't fart, but I was sitting on a leather chair, and every time I moved my ass, it sounded like a fart. So I had to redo that section and redo. I said, we should just leave some of these in for fun. I think we did leave one in, but it was pretty funny. So anyway, are you guys excited to read that or listen to that? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and speaking of thanks, I'm gonna read the dedication. Can I have Pond Mom? There you are. Come on up, Pond Mom. My beautiful bride again, and Madam President, come up to the stage right now, please. I just wanted to read the dedication to this. Where's Colleen? Okay, all the way in the back. To the three most important ladies in my life. This is the dedication. This is to the three most important ladies. Come on up here, don't hide. First and foremost, come on, Pom Mom. First and foremost, to Lori Wittstock Mitchell, the Pond Mom. You were not only the best man in my wedding, you have always been my #1 fan and ultimate supporter. I inherited your entrepreneurial gene, and you did the best to smooth out my many rough edges. You showed me through your example what being a true professional looks like. Nobody was more important in the early success of Aquascape, and indeed my own, than the Pond Mom. Thank you. Okay, Carla. To Carla Wittstock, my bride and better half, when you married me, you didn't fully know what you were getting yourself into. You accepted and shared me with my other love, Aquascape. In doing so, you allowed me to create something more important to me than my business, our family. You have always been my wiser, better half that has had my back when so many others turned theirs away from me. For that, I'll be forever grateful and indebted to you. Carla. To Colleen Heitzler, the unsung hero, my president, and the person we all rely on for getting the job done. Without you rising to the imminent challenge post the 2008 Great Depression, this book might have been significantly shorter. You rallied the troops and saved my dream, leading us into the company we are today. Words alone can't do justice to what you mean to Aquascape and to our family. Thank you, guys. Finally, to everyone who has supported my dream, whether you're living the Aquascape lifestyle or building your own dreams by installing them for others, thank you. And to that end, thank you for all the teammates, past, current, and even future, for keeping my dream alive for us all. Thanks to everyone who's responsible for allowing me to forever be able to say, I love my job. So thank you, and this book will be in the back for everybody. Yes. I have one last person to thank. Anybody know who it might be? Pond Father, where are you at? Come on up, Pops. This is last year in Vegas. You guys were there at the All-American Koi Show. Had a fun time in Vegas with my pops. Looking at koi. How many people in here have family businesses? How many people have family businesses that are challenging? All the same hands, right? A little more mature at 56 than I was at 26, just a bit, okay? Didn't have the same appreciation that I do today of different is different, not better or worse. But I can honestly say that this was my cohort in crime. He was the aquarium guy. When you were a kid, you would go to Tricker's Water Gardens on your bike in Independence, Ohio. Yep. He got me into aquariums. We were both into aquariums. And he was there every step of the way, building my pond, designing the pond, fixing the pond. He's the one that discovered the Family Handyman article that led us to the skimmers. He's an engineer. He loves that stuff. And the same things that were different about us tore us apart, and then in 2006 brought us back together, but absolutely would not be in this business today if it wasn't for the Pond Father. So you deserved a special recognition. Yes. Now, this shit is buried. Okay? 30 years ago, we're not revisiting this. We have not got into a single fight since 2006. So there's your copy. I'll sign it later. But hey, hold on. We're not bringing up this shit again. It's over. It's buried. It's in the hole. We're not bringing it up. Okay, Pops?
All right.
Okay. Okay. You guys hold him accountable for this? He said okay. Okay?
Darn it.
No, but I do not. I couldn't tell my story without telling the negative part of the story. But all's well. That ends well. Love you, Pops.
Love you too.
Yes, go Bucks. Literally don't almost go a single day without communicating with my dad. Usually about Ohio State football, photography. He's a kick-ass photographer. Nature articles. 95% of our communication is text. 95% of my communication with Mom is on the phone. And she said, why don't you call me more? I'm like, Mom, like once a week, that's like normal for a son. And you know. But my mom is not very good at texting. My dad is awesome at texting, tons of articles, but my best buddy here. So 30 years, we're not revisiting that shit that's buried. Okay? Good. But I had to say it in telling the story. All right. This is the number one thing I want you guys to get out of this presentation this morning. When the tribe sings in tune, more people will hear the beautiful music we create. I want everybody on the same team. Now you think right now, sitting here, you might have been around for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you think we're on the same team, but we're not. If I could unify this army of Aquascape cohorts in here, oh my God, what it would do for everybody. A rising tribe lifts all ships. I want to get everybody on the same page. So you're going to hear a lot of the same things from me that you've always heard. And I'm going to use an analogy with church on that. And of course, since I'm wanting to all sing in tune, when you think of a church, you think of a choir. AI is great. I look like Jay Duke there. I just noticed that. If I had a red cap on, where are you, Jay? Do you have a red cap on? Oh, you don't have any cap on today. But when you think of choir, you think of church, right? Okay? And I mean, I've been to some other churches, but obviously when you go to church on Christmas, we're going to talk about the Aquascape Church on Christmas. So, to see if you can go with this, what do you think the Aquascape Church preaches on the biggest day of the year for Christians? What is the biggest foundational piece of this business? What is it? I'm going to see if someone says it, because you should be able to get it. You've heard it in the book. You've heard it this. What do you think it is? What's the number one message that I want to make sure we're all aligned on? That's good. These are all good. What's that? Weston got it. Work with Mother Nature, not against her. Okay, so that's our birth of Christ. That's our foundational, thing. Work with Mother Nature, not against her. Do we agree with this? Yes. Are we on the same page? Because you can't have it both ways. You can't be a Muslim and a Christian. You can't be a Buddhist and a Hindu. Okay, which one are you going to be? Pick a road and be on that road. And of course, I don't care what religion you are, as long as you believe in working with Mother Nature, we're on the same page. Okay? All right, what is the second biggest holiday in the Christian circle? Easter. So let's see if you can get this one right. What does the Aquascape Church preach on Easter? Okay, that's part of the ecosystem, but I'll go that more to the nature side. Ponds done right, customers served right. That's one of our foundational principles of the CAC program. Think more construction. 20 products and 20 steps. Follow the plan, Stan. Don't deviate from the system. Is that important in the business? Extremely important. Now, you guys might be thinking, why am I listening to these things? Because I already know these things. Yeah, but guess what? We all need to be singing the same tune, because I see posts and you see posts like this all the stinking time. And I blacked off the name, and I don't know if he's here, and actually I don't even remember who said it. It doesn't matter to me because it's how people think. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, question. This is on the CAC group. This was this year. Question for those building large recreation swim ponds. Who here has ever thought about or has experience incorporating RDF? I'm glad he defined that for 90% of you. Rotational drum filters into their swim pond systems. I'm curious how much improvement you've seen. For larger showcase swim ponds, do you feel RDFs are worth the added cost, keyword, and complexity? Would love to hear real-world experiences, photos, lessons learned, or things you do differently. I know this isn't something I've seen spoken about with the Aquascape Way, but have a project coming up and was thinking about maybe adding something like this. I'm always thinking. Last part is a problem. Thank you, tribe, for handing this guy his ass. And the reason, tough love football coach, the reason that you handed him his ass is, would this have been the right way to approach that a rec pond? RDFs. Now, lukewarm, I'll spit you out, hot or cold. I will never install an RDF. You know who else won't install an RDF? The guy who installs more water features than anybody on the planet. You know who else won't? The top engineer on the planet, wherever he is. They don't do it. And if they don't do it, you shouldn't do it. Now, you don't have to agree with this. This is okay. The world doesn't have to all agree with this. Is not communist Aquascape. You're welcome to come here and learn. Not everybody in here is a certified Aquascape contractor, but I'm going to definitely stand for something. Do you know that? I stand for something, and I do things and I don't do things, and that's what I stand for. I'm resolute in that. And by the way, because of that, you can become more successful or go out of business. So I did not even comment on this. I watched the 36 replies come through that said, Don't do it, son. Don't do it, kid. Because here's what I know. If he tries to do that, he won't be as successful. True or false? And you guys told him that. Amen. The tribe sung in tune on that. Let's keep going with these. Oh, here's an RDF filter just so that you guys can see one in action. You can see the actual beautiful pond with it. Coming up. There it is. Does that work with Mother Nature? Is that 20 products, 20 steps? Does that keep it simple, stupid? Okay, oh, and you know how long that took me to find? All I did was go to a koi keeper group, scrolled for 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, there's an RDF. I'll just show it to the people in the audience. Grab this video and grab this screenshot. But it's not just RDFs, okay, it's philosophies. Here's another one that I saw this year, and I actually got Luke. He said I can use this. He said, koi pond bottom drain. Has anyone installed a bottom drain on a koi pond? I've never done it before, and it's a non-negotiable for the client. If you have, please leave any tips or workaround you may have in the comments. I am located in Georgia. Thanks in advance. 25 comments on there. How many people of those 25 were affirmative to put the koi pond drain in there? Zero. Now, do you see what he says in there about being non-negotiable for the customer? Well, the next day, after those 25 comments, this is the post that I saw that I said, hallelujah. Koi pond bottom drain update. Thanks to everyone for the comments. I met with him again today and addressed the risks, and he understood. Sold a $50,000 waterfall and pond job. I actually just became a CAC today. I'd say it's going very well so far. If anyone lives in the North Georgia area and wants to collaborate, please PM me. Thanks again for the help. Luke, where are you? Luke Graza. Stand up. Come up here, actually. Got a mic? Yeah, okay. All right. So, Luke, come here. How old are you, Luke? Come here.
I am 20 years old.
Same age I was when I started my business. I didn't have this behind me. Right? I created this for you. Okay? And you know what you did? You listened to them, and you sold a $50,000 job, and you gave the customer a better product. And is he happy with it?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive? Is he in the right place at the right time? And by the way, he leaned into the tribe. The tribe answered. He responded. This is why I keep doing what I do. I don't need to make any more money. I need to make more Lukes. Okay? I want to make more successful people. And I said, are you coming to Pondemonium? He's like, I got college, and I got this internship. And I'm like, no, bro, you're coming to Pondemonium. Okay? And
long phone conversation with him about it.
Yeah, yeah. And tell him what you're deciding by coming to this event, what you're trying to do.
So my entire life, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to college, get a desk job, and do that. And so my parents told me, that's what I got to do. And then I ended up, thinking about ponds. Talked with Greg about it, and I'm gonna change my major to business management and do my business after college. And I think it's like the best decision ever.
So you're gonna stay in the pond business?
I think so.
Yes. All right. You didn't tell me that before it came. Good job. And I have known Luke. How old were you when I met you? Probably 8th grade?
Yeah, I was like 14.
14 years old, because he played football with my nephew, before he moved to Georgia. So I actually knew him. He actually did an internship for a week during Wheaton Academy's Winterim course and built some ponds with Brian and everything else, and that's what put the seed in him. Moves down to Georgia. And what are you going to do this year in business?
Over $100,000.
$100,000 business for a 20-year-old kid doing it on his own. That's college. That's education right there. Do you think I might have a few more pictures of ugly koi ponds? I love this one. Koi ponds of Illinois. Not sure if this is allowed or not, but all our fish just recently died. Shocking. We're giving up on the pond life, sad, and just ripping everything out. If any of this equipment could be of use to you, just come and get it, it's yours. I can't answer really any questions about it because I don't know enough about it, sorry in advance. Now, is this good for the hobby? It's bad for the hobby because look at that shit. That doesn't inspire people to live the aquascape lifestyle. And you see these constantly on the group. And you know what else I see constantly on the group? Beautiful ecosystem ponds by the tribe. And that's what I want to see. We've got to get more of it. Everybody helps each other out. This hurts the industry, not helps the industry. Now, I'm sorry for this next picture, but it's just the proof is in the pond. I've always said the proof is in the pond. There's some people in this room that are in this picture. Their identities are skewed because their faces are turned to us. This is okay. And I'm okay with this, but I need to talk about this because this is pretty significant. Does anybody know where that picture was taken? You don't have to yell it out, but do you know where that picture was taken? That picture was taken at a training event for the rest of the industry. And I saw this being built, and I knew immediately, as you would as well, what would happen with this pond. This is not rocket science, but somehow people aren't listening to the message of working with Mother Nature, not against her. Now, am I okay with you guys going to industry events that teach other ways of building ponds? I not only am okay, I encourage you to do it. Brian tried to go to this build, but they wouldn't let him. They told him no. He was pissed because the guy that they were building it for happens to be a friend of his. He's our rock supplier. And this is what he got in his backyard in the industry training event that's the other side of this industry that's not this. This is what they did. Now you tell me if you know what's going to happen with this build. I would have bet every dollar I've ever made in my life exactly what was going to happen. I already knew ahead of time, yet I'm watching it go down. It's like a fingernails on a chalkboard because I'm like, why are they doing something the incorrect way? Well, here's a message from the owner. Attention swim pond builder experts. We need some help. I know Sean has recently reached out to this, and this is everybody's busy time. I get it. We need someone that knows these new pumps in person to come down. We've tried since early spring to get everything back working over and over. Please help us. Are you kidding me? Of course they're having problems. How is it that people don't know this is going to be a problem? This guy's a rock guy. He lives in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. There's no one that can service this when it was done. Is this ponds done right, customer serve right? No. I don't know why this is seeming so right. That is rocket science. I am not that intelligent. I couldn't do this, and I don't want to do this. Do you want to do this? No. There were people in this room being taught this is how you do it. Okay, and by the way, this is not communist aquascape. If this is what you want to do, go ahead. But here's what I'm going to ask you. Do you think you're going to make money? Do you think your products are going to be superior? You're not going to make money doing it this way because there's too many problems or too many things that can go wrong. But yet, this is the rest of the industry. This is what they teach people and train people. If you're not in this room, you're at events like this. By the way, is everybody in that picture welcome to be in this room? Yes. Do you have to be a CAC to be at Pondemonium? How many of those people are here? Yeah, I'm not good. You know what happened? He's not here yet, but a guy, he's coming up here, he's friends with the guy that led this build. And he said, I'm not going to bow down and kiss his ring. You think I want my ring kissed? I want to help you. And that's your mentality. It's about kissing my ring. It's not about me. This is about us. This is about helping people. But that's the mentality. Oh, he's an arrogant prick because no, I'm a passionate dude that's living my dream, and I love helping other people live their dreams too. You guys get this, right? I mean, this is what it is, but this is the wrong way to do it. $1 billion I would have bet that this is what happened. Of course it was happened. I don't know what it's like today because I just kind of just say, I just can't fix everybody's problems, but don't do this. And if you want to do this, you can certainly do it. You just won't make any money. Now, here's my question to everybody. If you're thinking about doing this, do you want to be a pondaholic? And the definition of a pondaholic, which was one of the guys that was there, that he's made this word out there. I'm a pondaholic. I like to build ponds all different ways. How not to be successful in business. Build ponds all different ways. You're going to get an Ed or Brian. Hey, Ed, we're going to build it this way tomorrow, this way the next day. When Brian starts, you're going to tell him to do it this way, this day. I would have not been living in Utah. I would have not been able to take care of my sick wife. I would have not been able to build a tribe because I would have never been able to help people if you're doing ponds all different ways. You want to be a pondaholic? Go right ahead, but that's called a hobbyist. That's not called a professional in business to run a business. Or, I love this picture. It's the total mic drop. You want to be there, or do you want to be hanging out with a tribe of people, drinking beer and cider at a really cool guy's backyard, building them a $300,000 dream in 3.5 days? Oh, and by the way, the wetland ain't going to break. It won't. I already know Mother Nature's not flawed. We're going to get to that in the end. But which one do you want to be in? This or this? I'm going to ask you again. This or this? This one? All right. I am preaching to the choir. I want you guys singing this time because we want the Lukes. Imagine if Luke tried to do this on that pond. And he almost did because the customer insisted. Okay? No, he almost did. I'm having fun now. I'm just getting warmed up. Okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. There are 2 ways to be successful in business. 2. You can be cheaper. Let's look at this. Look at some of these quotes. I'm an electrician and could do that for next to nothing. $150,000 is kind of outrageous. Well, the rocks were probably 50. I get like $2,000 for something like that in Australia. I'm moving to America. Maybe you should just charge more in Australia. We got some pretty good builders down there charging a lot. $125,000 is a ripoff. You can do this yourself for under $5,000. You dig a trench and charge $36,000? What a joke. Now, when I read these comments, what do I think? Remember, if I was not the pond guy, I would be a football coach. That's billboard material. That motivates the shit out of me, seeing these things. I love these comments. I just posted a picture on, I don't know, some koi site. I put it on the CAC page. And someone like, bullshit, that's AI. No, it's my backyard. This is what we're doing. And this stuff only motivates me. It doesn't piss me off. It fuels me. I love this because, of course, you can't do something for $5,000 that we charge $135,000 for. It's art. And how does economies run? Supply and demand. Brian's booked out for a year. Should he start charging less now and be booked out for 2 years? This is ridiculous. Okay? So you can be cheaper. How many people? I'll just show hands. How many people in here want to be cheaper and win on price wars? Wow, I got 630 people in here and nobody wants to be cheaper. You can be cheaper or you can be better. How many people in here want to be better? Every single one of you wants to be better, which is why you're here 20 years. Tony, 27 years later, he's still coming to events like this to be better. You're building equity in your business. I want to work with people that want to be better. I don't want to work with people who want to be cheaper. Do you know there's the kind of people, you've heard of this, that will drive their truck all the way across town to save 3 cents on their gas and drive all the way back and spend more money in gas? Those are not the Aquascape customers. They're not the Aquascape clients that we build ponds for, and they're not the contractors. You're trying to save 20% on the products that are only 20% of the job? What? You're stepping over dollars to pick up nickels. Those are the kind of people we'll never be. I want to be better. Oh, and has everybody ever heard this phrase? You get what you pay for? Do you get what you pay for with Aquascape? Are you guys, when you're done with the job, does the customer look at your project and go, man, you ripped me off? Or do tears start flowing and they say, you've changed my life, and they become your friends? So I don't need validation, or I don't need to take people's stuff off the internet. I get validated every single day that I get to work with you guys and I get to visit customers who are so honored. I'm like, dude, I get to go walk and look at ponds and film them for social media, and I'm like, hey, thanks for opening up your yard. Thank you so much for coming and seeing our yard. We love it so much. We love this guy. He's such a guy. I'm like, this is the best job in the world. Yes. Here's some brownies. I try to eat less brownies, you know. Now, this is what we see all the time, and this does frustrate me. I wanted to show you guys this live because I just saw this and I was like, so frustrated. Matthew, you ready to go? Look at his face. You can tell he's upset. So but you should be upset because you worked hard on this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a little disappointing, but
So say what happened.
was looking through the new product section of
Don't say the name. Don't say
one
the
of
name.
our
Yeah.
competitors, and I saw what appeared to my fish capes as listed as a new product in their catalog.
And so one of these is ours. One of these is our competitors. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, you could tell, right?
Yes.
Tell us why.
Yeah, so, I mean, first thing was, I needed to get my hands on these to verify, hey, are they exactly copied? What are we looking at here? And it appears that they sent them off to a factory and just had them replicated, essentially.
With our tooling, so they just reversed our tools.
They bought them and they sent them to the factory and they copied them, taking castings off them, because you can see a lot of the same details there, but it's just not at the same level. You can see it's kind of blown out and less detailed in certain areas compared to ours. But and then they went ahead, and so they could say they're not directly copying it, they added a little bit of a ridge there. You can see
Oh yeah,
ridge.
ours is flat. Theirs has a little bit of a
And they did the
ridge.
same thing here. They added that same ridge. in a
So
different
this is ours?
Correct.
And this is theirs?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry, bro.
It's all good.
So I am so used to that. This is exactly what happened with skimmers and biofalls and everything else like that. So our product team works hard. Yeah, literally, you could see he was upset because he put a lot of energy into that, and someone just says, oh, we'll just take it and just have it replicated. Now, here's the thing. When you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. So for me, as frustrating as that is, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and I want to be with number one. That's why I'm married to Carla. That's why I got Ed, the pond professor, working with me, Brian Helfrich. We're the best in the world at what we do. Amen? I mean, so they're 20% cheaper and they just copy it and put it out there, and then you do business with them and you'll be number two. I want to be number one. I want to hang out with number one. And that's exactly, and I got a great clip. How many people have seen the movie Coming to America? Okay, great clip, love this clip.
Look, me and the McDonald's people, we got this little misunderstanding. See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. They got the golden arches. Mine is the golden arcs. Now see, they got the Big Mac, I got the Big Mick. We both got 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions. But they use a sesame seed bun. My buns have no seeds.
So here's a question. Do you want to be with McDonald's or McDowell's? And there are people out there that said, I want to be McDowell's. Those are the kind of people that will drive across town to save 3 cents and spend 5 cents on the gas to do it. True or false? Are you guys cool with McDonald's? I know it's a bad analogy with aquascape, but I've been using it forever. Like, be with number one. When you're with number one, you'll get more accomplished than if you're not. So, all right, I'm going to talk car stuff now. Does anybody know, it's an old picture. Does anybody know, the overalls could be a hint there. Does anybody know who that picture, probably, might say he might be, I would say the most famous American car guy. What's that? Carroll Shelby, very good. They made a movie about this guy because he's famous for the Cobra, famous for a lot of things. But yes, that is Carroll Shelby. And they made a movie. Does anybody remember the name of the movie? Ford versus Ferrari. And Carroll Shelby was played by Matt Damon, very good. And there's a scene in that movie that I love movies. I take a lot of stuff out of movies for business. Never took a business class in my life, read a lot of books, including Carroll Shelby's book, but I watched this scene, and this scene is so aquascape versus so bottom drains and koi filters and everything else. I love this scene, so I just wanted to use it as an analogy in this presentation here.
Give me one reason why I don't fire everyone associated with this abomination, starting with you.
That's Henry Ford II.
Well, sir, I was thinking about that very question as I sat out there in your lovely waiting room. As I was sitting there, I watched that little red folder right there go through 4 pairs of hands before it got to you. Of course, that doesn't include the 22 or so other Ford employees who probably poked at it before it made its way up to the 19th floor. All due respect, sir, you can't win a race by committee. You need one man in charge. Now, the good news, as I see it, is that even with all the extra weight, we still managed to put old Mr. Ferrari exactly where we want him.
Did we?
Oh, yes.
Expand.
Well, sure, we haven't worked out how to corner yet, or stay cool, or stay on the ground, and a lot of stuff broke. In fact, the only thing that didn't break was the brakes. Hell, right now, we don't even know if our paint job will last a whole 24 hours. But our last lap, we clocked 218 miles an hour down the Mulsanne Straight. Now, in all his years of racing, old Enzo ain't never seen anything move that fast. And now he knows, without a doubt, we're faster than he is. Even with the wrong driver and all the committees. And that's what he's thinking about. He's sitting in Modena, Italy, right now. That man is scared to death. But this year, you actually might be smart enough to start trusting me. So yeah, I'd say you got Ferrari exactly where you want him. You're welcome.
Yes, that's it. Yes. That's Carroll Shelby. When I saw that movie 7, 8 years ago coming out, I'm like, oh, there's probably a book on that. Read Ford versus Ferrari by 2 nights. Awesome book. That's one of the few books that the movie was as good as the book. And but then I read Carroll Shelby's autobiography just this summer. I was reading his memoir. As I'm writing my memoir, I'm reading his memoir. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And I ran into this section in here that I thought was worth it to talk about right here. So it says, then he excused himself. This is Carroll talking about the executives at Ford. Then he excused himself and left the office for a moment. I guess he must have talked to some other people and told them, let's play along with this fellow's pipe dream for a while. This is about the Cobra. You never can tell. Don had to take this attitude, I guess, because most of the people at Ford, as in any other automobile company, have a problem in common. They just don't like cars. To them, cars are just a job. Something to be treated the same way you treat an icebox or a washing machine or a TV set. To their way of thinking, any man who does love automobiles the way I did and still do and always will is a nut. He's a freak. Not quite right in the head. Because in this industry, to enthuse about automobiles is simply not done. Yeah, I can relate to that quote. I can relate to that quote when I look at our competitors that make, as you see, the kind of stuff that they do out there. So I'm reading my memoir, my closing, my afterword. As I'm writing this conclusion of my business memoir, I'm on a plane home from England. My journey has taken me to the very place many of the original pond books were written back in the 1970s and 1980s. I followed them to the letter when designing and building my first pond and started it all. Those early books led me astray more often than not. But it's that very journey off the beaten path that allowed us to forge all the breakthroughs that redefined our hobby and an entire industry in the process. I was in England visiting the Chelsea Flower Show, the largest and most prestigious gardening show in the world. For the second year in a row, a booth featuring an aquascape ecosystem pond took home the gold. That's the highest honor bestowed by the Royal Horticulture Society. Talk about things coming full circle. There was one final thing I heard during the Chelsea Flower Show that I already know will prevent me from resting on my laurels. After yet another gold medal recognition, a salesperson from the second largest manufacturer of professional grade water feature products in the world somehow said in response, the aquascape system is fundamentally flawed. How to say you don't understand something without actually saying it? If the aquascape ecosystem approach is fundamentally flawed, that's as good as saying that Mother Nature doesn't know what she's been doing all these years. I'd speculate that person who works for the second largest water gardening company in the world more than likely didn't grow up with an aquascape ecosystem pond in their yard. And although I don't know for certain, I guess as well that they probably don't exclaim, I love my job, with half the conviction I do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for reading my pondering memoir. I hope you're inspired to now go out and work your own pondering journey. True or false? True. Mother Nature is not fundamentally flawed. I'll leave my shirt off for this one. He's a nut and a freak who's not quite right in the head. Thank you very much. Okay. Inc. magazine. He's a tyrant who looks at business like war, but yet he has a loyal following. Who changes the world? People that follow the system or people that break the system? You guys are breaking the system. Aquascape is breaking the system. Do you want to be in a system that you can break? Do you want to be part of the thing, the revolution? I want people that think like this. I want people that, yeah, throw up your hands if you want the shirts. Throw them out. By the way, I have a lot more on Optimus Prime robots, but I had to keep my speech to an hour and a half, so I'm hoping I can get through it. Yeah, here we go. And if you don't get the right size, you can exchange it with someone that does. All right. I want to switch gears here. It's about a 2-minute long video, and I got to keep on time. I'm going to be really pressed with time for my hour and a half, but watch this video.
There continues to be a new category of creator emerging, everybody. It's fundamentally changing how the C-suite operates, and it's the creator executive. CEOs, founders, CMOs, presidents, senior executives in leadership. More and more leaders are building personal brands, creating content, and showing up the way the best creators do, with a clear point of view, an authentic voice, consistency, and an audience that follows them because of who they are, not just their job title. And that's because the old model of relying solely on polished corporate messaging is becoming less and less effective. People increasingly trust people more than institutions or logos. And audiences want direct access to the individuals making decisions, building companies, and leading teams. And the data reflects this shift. Executives literally generate up to 7 times more impressions on LinkedIn than their company's branded page. And that's only one platform. But here's what makes this shift even more important for executives and brands. As AI makes content easier to produce, human perspective becomes more valuable. And so does, personality and taste and judgment, experience, stories. These all become the competitive advantage, which means the executives who openly share what they've learned, what they're building, what they're questioning, and what they believe will stand out far more than those hiding behind carefully crafted talking points. Because executives willing to sound human and lean into what makes them unique will become the ones people remember. And very soon here, this will become the norm. Every executive will be creating content across platforms, and that content will build more trust, awareness, and revenue for their businesses. This is the era where all executives adopt a media company mindset, especially at a time where more and more brands evolve into media and entertainment companies. Executives are becoming strong extensions of those media brands themselves. So again, to every executive, lean into it. Share what you know. Teach, educate, entertain, have a point of view, and be yourself. But most importantly, just have fun with it.
Yes. I would love to see my competitors' ponds. The other CEOs of the companies out there, let's see what kind of ponds they have. You won't see it. They don't live the lifestyle. They don't like automobiles. They might as well be selling a refrigerator or a microwave. Okay, they don't live the lifestyle. Why would I want to do business with someone that doesn't live the lifestyle like the executives at Aquascape live? But it's not just us. When the tribe sings in tune, more people will hear what we're singing.
Oh, hi. I'm your local pond inspector. Pond King Water Gardens, that's a good sign. Tires look good. And they set out the job site mats. I'm always happy to see that. Oh. Well, what do we have here? Have to roll up our sleeves for this guy. Oh, I bet this guy was built in '85 when the Bears won the championship, huh? Well, got low edges everywhere. Inadequate sized plumbing. Concrete liner, they don't mix very well. And this looks kind of like a facade, you know. Yeah. You know, when Pond King Water Gardens is done, you're not going to be able to do that with any of their boulders. I've seen their work. I can see why they were called. It's time for an upgrade. Installing a pondless waterfall oriented towards the windows. Sounds like a master plan to me. I'm going to go ahead and give it the approval. Let these guys get to work.
How about a hand for Tommy Boy? Don't try to pull off Tommy Boy. But some of you might be able to pull off.
Howdy, pond folk. Southern Lily Pad Sheriff here. Dispatch got another call. Somebody pretended to be a lily. Yep, that's a suspect. Despite its name, a rain lily isn't a lily at all. It's a great stream plant for along the edges. After a good summer rain, these blooms almost appear overnight. One floats on water, the other one just stole the name. Case closed. Now where did that water lettuce go off to?
How about a hand for the Southern Water Lily Sheriff? Where are you at, Jeff Krenner? You're hired. Glad I could be inspiring to you. All right.
Artscapesutah.com. I'm out here with Keegan and Tim, and I just have to say I've never seen anything like this in my career. We're installing a weeping wall, but here's a first for me, is a kitchen sink as a vault. It's amazing the shit I've seen out here in Utah, but this goes to the top of the list. Hope everyone has a good day. Cheers.
How about a hand for the Pond Pirate? Be yourself. Find your voice. Sing in tune, and we'll all be preaching the same things, whether you're the Southern Lily Sheriff, you're Tommy Boy, you're the Pond Pirate. We got to be helping this industry, and that's how we do it. And I want to help you guys, which is why we're going to talk a little bit more in Brian's course about the academies coming up this winter. But how important is social media to getting our message out there? It's the most important thing, because that's what people are on. And so on February 9th and 10th, I will be doing the social media blueprint with my team, with my social media people, because folks, I want you to do what I'm doing. There's no reason that every single one of you couldn't follow our plan, spend a week a year, and go visit your past customers and vlog them for social media. And you might as well do TikTok and Instagram and Facebook while you're there too. And we're going to teach you the exact blueprint, the formula that we use, the communication letters that go out to our customers ahead of time, and then all you got to do is paint by the numbers and fill in the blanks. Who would like to learn all the stuff that we do and how to do it yourselves? Come there. But because it's just not going to be about me, I'm going to have other influencers there. I'm also doing an additional course by this guy.
How would you even get a pond installer? Because it's not a landscaper, they're an artist. So I'm going to drop a little link here. Now, you've seen people in my videos like Stephen, DGS, Billy, John. There's so many Aquascape certified contractors that you've seen. I'm going to put a little locator here, so no matter where you are in the country, you will have a certified Aquascape contractor that can install you a pond just like mine.
So, when Aquascape, of course, creates content with these guys, we get a lot of views. 719,400 views from Aquascape's content on Ed's channel and Brian's channels for that. Is that a lot of views? Yep. But there's a reason that we work with influencers, and I'm going to show you the reason right here. That's the Aquascape views of what we did for our content around his builds, and here's his views around the content for his builds. You think Mark Marshall's good for the tribe? Getting the message out there? Remember when he said, I put a link to the certified Aquascape channel, that last video that he just shot? That video alone generated 2,700 website clicks from that one thing on our CAC locator. He also has fans in America. People are following these guys. Mark Marshall will be at Aquascape the day before our social media blueprint class, teaching you all his brilliance, because he's brilliant, he's a savant out there. Oh, and the day before that, I'm going to refine our practice run that we did yesterday to build a business that operates without you. I will be much more involved in that one than we were yesterday. How important is that? So if you want to come in February, what are you doing in February? That's more important than working on your business. Okay, come out in February, build your business, learn from Mark Marshall, learn the blueprint, go out and do it. That'll make Aquascape successful because we're helping you become successful. I'm going to recap. This is getting towards the end of my presentation. Tell them what you're going to tell them again what you told them. Do you want a job? Hey, I can't get away even for a night. That's not a business, that's a job. Or do you want a business? What do we preach at Christmas? Work with Mother Nature. What do we preach at Easter? Follow the plan, Stan. Big one. When the tribe sings in tune, more people will hear the beautiful music we create. Will you remember this one? I hope you do, because it's our rallying cry when the competitors talk about us. And promote your brand. Don't rely on somebody else. Be you, whether that's the Lily Sheriff, whether that's the Pond Pirate, whether that's Tommy Boy. Be you. You want to talk about and be a CEO creator promoting your brand. Yeah. You want to talk about Pondemonium 2028? This is my 35th year running Aquascape. In 2028, who will be here for 35 years? Ed. How many of you would like to read Ed's memoir in 2028? So, for our 29th family reunion in 2 years from now, Ed will have his memoir written, right, Eddie? Ed will actually do it. The bigger question is when the other person here in 2030 is writing their memoir, I will get it done. Watch me. So, come back, you'll see. How many people are familiar with Savannah Bananas? I think this is one of the most brilliant marketing guys alive today. And I had a lot of videos that I had to cut from this presentation, but I wanted to keep one of them to kind of wrap things up here. And I think very similar to this guy.
You still have to have an exit plan. Do you sell to a big private equity group? Do you sell to your children? Maybe talk to us a little bit about that. How much time have you thought about this?
5 years ago, we just started Banana Ball. So I could ever expect we could in front of 3.4 million fans with over 4 million people on the wait list. So, and playing football stadiums in front of 100,000 fans. That's crazy. I don't think about exit plan. If it gets to a point, if I had to think about it, no interest in going public, no interest in shareholders or other owners. It would have to be a family business. I probably think of what's happened with Chick-fil-A. You look at the businesses, as soon as they go public or get another different ownership, they change their goals. They got to repay the debt. They got to get money. They got to do all that. All those things that takes away from the fan experience. So I think about how do we get better every single day? How do we create something people have never seen before? How do we create more fans? The long game for us is, I believe we're going to create 1 billion fans. And it happens one fan at a time. I will do this till the day I die. My wife knows it. My kids know it. It brings me so much joy seeing the fans get emotional, hugging after the game and saying, you have no idea how much this meant to us. A bucket list trip. We waited 3 years on the wait list to get tickets. That feeling you can't get anywhere else. And that's what I want to keep building.
You want to kill Aquascape? Sell it to private equity. They reach out every month when you're a business like that. That's how they make money. Why would I sell this? For more money? And then do what? This is my life. I don't ever want to retire. Why would I retire when this is what I get for my life? This is what I do. Now, I'm getting older, but some people are younger. That's a picture at, oh my gosh, that's probably 2006. That's Ryan and Blake. That's my 2 boys. The one in the orange shirt is a school teacher, God bless him, pursuing his own routes. And the other one is right over here. And he's grown up in this company. He worked in the warehouse, worked in Aquascape for a long time. Now my son, my one son, the school teacher son, always been a little different than me. This son has always been way too much like me. I have met my match with my son, which is why when I started Aquascape of Utah, I said I'm going to hire him a boss so that he can handle my son because I don't want to handle my son. And after 9 weeks, that boss resigned abruptly. And that means that I had to handle my son, but I knew he wouldn't listen to me because there's this thing with fathers and sons. Kind of wanted to go through this. He's a little immature still. So he now reports directly to the president of the company, Colleen Heitzler, who, unlike me, that is just the iron glove. She's got a velvet, or iron fish. She's got a velvet glove over it. So she deals with Blake. Now, he was, at the time that he built this, he was working for 2 years for the Pond Pirate. Frank had him work 2 summers. So he worked for me in the warehouse, didn't build ponds. He never had a passion like I did for building ponds at the time. He's getting that passion now. So Frank taught him how to build ponds. And 2 years ago, when I built a pond with the Artist of the Year for my school teacher son, Blake was there talking to Ryan's pastor, and the pastor said, I want to build a pond too. And I buy one of your pond kits. I said, you should really work with a certified contractor. And Blake's like, I could do it. And I kind of looked at that, and my son has a lot of confidence. I always had confidence too. And I just didn't. So I don't know, how much did you make for that pondless waterfall that you built for your pasture? $300. I think that's a little high. You guys tell me. Now remember, this was Frank Fink training him. Frank, you want to stand up? Okay. Because I lean into the tribe, because my son won't listen to me, this was the pond we built 6 weeks ago for Garden Answer.
We're building this waterfall for Laura with Dalton from Snake River Pondscapes and Cameron from Green Source Landscape. So right now we're putting the aqua basin into the hole to make sure everything fits properly. Dalton's the pro here. He's going to kind of use his vision to set these perfectly in so that it's going to create a beautiful natural looking waterfall. This project's going really awesome. I'm feeling super great about my project starting next week. So this pipe goes down to the basin, comes up, got a watertight seal on the bulkhead. The water's going to shoot out this spillway diffuser right here. And we're done.
But let me tell you about this girl I got. She's every woman wrapped up in one. She turned me up, she cooled me down, set me flying high with my feet back on the ground, and I got these Christmas Eve every day.
Dalton, stand up. Chris Schreiner, where are you at? Chris Schreiner, okay. And you guys, stand up, okay. So the next project that my son built after working with these guys, this is the last 2 projects ago now, but this was the next one that he built after working with these guys versus Frank. Pretty good, huh? Yes, he's learning. He's learning. There is a God. Okay, let's do it. Hey, Blake, how about standing up? That's my son, Blake, the future of our company. Okay. He's not listening to me, but he's listening to the tribe, which I'm perfectly happy with, because I believe you guys will inspire him and lead him all. We'll see what Blake does. I will tell you this right now. He's a smart kid, takes after his mom. Stubborn kid, takes after his mom. But very proud of him, and I will tell you, I've had to learn some lessons. I listen to my wife when it comes to dealing with my son, but he is head over heels in love with his bride. And he's married. He got married last year, and that is his first priority. But when Bob quit on me after 9 weeks, quit on us after 9 weeks, I said to Blake, we can shut this thing down. I never started this business so that you can be the boss. I started this business for you to learn from somebody. And he said, why would we do that? I got this, Dad. And he has blossomed ever since. And very proud of that young man. I didn't want to read a third time from my memoir, but I wanted to leave you with a little bit of a grounding of why we do what we do. And it is my voice, because this is what I recorded in the guy's studio in the basement, and it's the perfect way, I think, to end and be just a few minutes late on time here and really send you guys off on a positive message before we see you after lunch with Brian. I look back at my childhood, and I wonder if I would have been strong enough. Strong enough, that is, to resist today's society of dopamine overload delivered constantly from our devices. I feel blessed social media scrolling didn't prevent me, not even once, from riding my bike net in hand to one of my many waterside haunts. I'd like to believe, based on how I live today, I would still be called outside despite all the temptations and screen distractions. Even now, if I miss a day exposed to nature, I feel it. I don't feel right somehow. I'm just a little off. Unfortunately, I believe a lot of people don't feel like me. I feel so many people have grown up without the connection to nature, their bodies don't even realize what's missing. To me, that's both sad as well as motivating. What if a young me is walking around today trapped in a digital disorder of our own making? One that does not include regular spells outside, experiencing the joys of nature. Enter Aquascape. The pond we build in his or her grandparents' garden is their window into our planet. Ed Ballou, the pond professor, has a perspective that I've marveled at since the first time I heard him say it. There's no way I could ever articulate it like the professor, but I can give you the gist. Ed says if you can understand how your pond works, you can understand how our oceans function. If you can understand the oceans, you'll understand how the planet performs. I think of that little boy or girl getting exposed to the annual springtime ritual of mating toads. Their bellows beckoning a mate are seared in my subconscious. Discovering the shell of a dragonfly larva having been left behind on the stalk of a cattail in some ways is just like discovering the bones of a prehistoric dinosaur. It tells a story. The pond we created might very well have been the only suitable habitat its parents could find for blocks around to lay their eggs. The grandpa could point out to that trapped child, just like my grandfather did for me, how that zooming dragonfly is consuming up to 175 mosquitoes a day. Indeed, without that pond, there'd be significantly more mosquitoes biting him during the backyard barbecue. balance defined in a way even a child could understand. And let's not forget the built-in opportunity to get dirty hands in today's technological world. A grandma showing a grandchild how to annually properly divide and replant her water lilies. Every day, I see multiple posts from those grandparents and parents of little boys and girls all over the world who are experiencing these things firsthand. That's the kind of posting I love. People posting about their personal experiences in nature. A nature habitat is what we helped establish right where they live. If you think I get excited about selling skimmers and biological filters and pumps, you'll be right. But it's not because I make money selling those things. It's the thing that those things become a part of that allows me to exclaim with complete conviction, I love my job.